Sassy Stuff. I'm Emma back with Molly, talking a little bit about softball. Today, we're going to be covering the Florida versus Arkansas game. This was a huge game. It's the biggest game of the week, especially in the SEC. Florida won that first game 10-7 in a dramatic 9 inning game. There was a key event in the eighth inning. Arkansas loaded the bases, no outs. Davison laid down a blunt along the first baseline. Home plate umpire Tom Meyer calls Davison out, ruling the ball hit her on the outside of the batter's box. The replay showed no contact with the ball, but the call was upheld after review, leading to the bases being loaded. Florida's coach Tim Walton protested the ruling, resulting in a 25-minute delay and his eventual ejection. So there was a lot of excitement going on with this game.
I love when non-contact sports get dramatic like this. Like, watching like hockey or football or basketball, because it is a high contact sport, you don't get this much. You get a lot of drama, but like with softball, I mean, nobody's ever touching anyone except for tagging occasionally. So I love seeing like it's just so dramatic. Like the entire I actually saw photos like behind like from like a cell phone footage of him being ejected. And I was like, dude, this is softball just isn't a sport where it gets that gnarly. So when it does, it catches my eye very quickly. And I feel like what if it passed the Florida Gators or the Razorbacks to go through something like this?
But they escaped without allowing a run, so I mean, it was good for them.
I mean, at the end of the day, like, I've been saying this whole season. We need stuff like this to keep us going through softball. I feel like it gives it. Um, I think people who don't watch softball would want to watch softball when stuff like this happens, if that makes sense.
It's like, the end of the national championship in basketball was absolutely chaotic. This is what you wanna see in every game, just absolute chaos, really tight matchups, very passionate players, fans, coaches, so this is everything you could want as a sports fan, and
Mhm.
being in softball, which, like you said, is a non-contact sport, is awesome.
Yeah, and I think Arkansas too is showing their true colors. Like I think being able to see them, this heavily competitive makes me feel like they are going to have a great season moving forward, especially competing or playing against, sorry, I'm so used to gymnastics, especially playing against a team like Florida and being able to have such resilience and strength. I'm really looking forward. I know that they've got some really tough, heavy games coming, but I think being able to withstand this much pressure, I think that they are a team that does not crack.
No, they don't, and they showed that at the top of the ninth. Bri Ellis, she hit a solo home run to put the Razorbacks ahead. Unfortunately for the Razorbacks, the bottom of the ninth, Florida loads the bases with 2 outs. Oates hits a walk-off grand slam and secured the win for Florida. So Florida, they're a resilient team, they are. Despite this controversial call, their coach getting ejected, Florida proved their resilience by escaping the bases loaded situation and eventually secured the win with Oates' grand slam. It shows they can really handle the pressure, still come out on top. Really, really imperative when you're in the SEC. And Arkansas, they are still a strong team. They're a team that across the board in every single sport, we say it all the time, can upset anybody. We love their fan base so much, very passionate fan base. And they always play with a lot of grit. So they won 2 out of 3 in Gainesville, which is a huge accomplishment. It showed that Arkansas can compete with the top teams in the SEC, which I think is true across the board. I'm a big fan of their team and their fan base.
I also just pointed this out on our locker room talk last week with football that Arkansas is a team that does really well on the road. And
Mhm.
so I think it shows so much strength to them being able to go into a tournament that's not at their own house. Their fan base isn't really there. Maybe some few and far between, maybe some parents had traveled down for it. But ultimately, I think it shows, like you just said, so much grit, so much strength for that reason. And like I said, I'm looking forward to this Arkansas season. Congrats, though, to Florida on winning that last little one there. But this is the kind of drama we need, guys. We need this.
It makes us excited. And right now, we currently still have 7 SEC teams in the top 10 of softball, which is really exciting. Now, with the SEC power rankings, your Texas Longhorns are sitting pretty on top. Caven led the pitching staff with 26 strikeouts and 2 wins in a sweep against Missouri. So Texas is killing it as usual. I expect them to go deep this season. I expect to maybe even see them back in the national championship. Maybe they'll win it this year. Who knows? But right in number 2, Oklahoma. They are still amazing after losing a lot of their key players. These freshmen are killing it. Pickering on a 13-game hitting streak. She batted a .618 with 4 home runs and 11 RBIs. So she has been amazing for this team. So I'm kind of hoping to see another OU and Texas matchup again in the national championship.
Oh, I am too. I'm absolutely thrilled just with how the last few weeks have been going. I think, my coach Mike White has done such an amazing, phenomenal job with Texas, and we've got a team of seniority here. And I'm honestly not to give the Sooners any credit here. But I do think Oklahoma being able to kind of pull together a team that does so well when they don't have seniority right now in the league. They have a bunch of new players, lots of freshmen, lots of transfer portal students. So I love that they are able to stay contenders the way that they are, and they're a brand new team. I think it says so much to their coaching staff and just the girls in general being able to like mesh this well.
I know. So there's like 4 weeks left in the regular season before we go into the NCAA tournament. So I mean, Texas, Oklahoma, LSU, Florida, even Arkansas a little bit. They're all showing their contenders to make this SEC race even more exciting. So I'm excited for them. I'm sad that Bama's at like 22 right now. I don't think we're getting anywhere close to the top like these teams. But just as we saw with the Florida Arkansas game, it's going to make these games later in the year that much more exciting.
I would love to shout out just the SEC in general right now. I feel like 5 out of the 8 the final contenders in gymnastics are SEC teams. I think softball, I think the SEC teams are the more dominant division right now in the nation. So I just want to shout out the SEC because everybody knows that we're better anyways. So might as well.
Always. I mean, basketball, we had records going there. I know football, everyone said was a down year, but I'm like, come play in our conference and see how good your record is. So the SEC is just killing it. They've utilized NIL, the transfer portal, and everything so well. So I'm excited to see where they go. We do want to shout out Player of the Week, Bri Ellis again. I know we shouted her out a few weeks ago. She is with Arkansas, but she was just so sensational in these games. It just underscores her importance to Arkansas. It adds another layer to the Razorbacks' successful season. Her milestones are a testament to her consistency, her leadership. She led Arkansas to their first ever win in Gainesville, so that's incredible.
Yeah, I just want to say, what a girl of grit. I think she just fits in so well with the Arkansas team. I can't see her playing anywhere else. I think her strength is insane. She's able to play the entire game. She's a great base runner. And from what I'm reading online, she's an amazing student. So I think all of those create this amazing trifecta for just a wonderful, well rounded athlete. And I think she just fits in so well with Arkansas. I mean, like, Arkansas needs a player like Bree.
Yes, they definitely do. Everything is grounded with her. So you need somebody like that. Another girl we want to shout out is Gabbie Garcia. She had a breakout week. She's named SEC Co-Freshman of the Week. This is not the first time she's gotten this either. She is with the Oklahoma Sooners. But she was absolutely amazing. She went 3 for 3 with doubles, tied OU's single game record for doubles, ninth in program history. OU won 13-2. Then in her next game, she went 3 for 3, 2 runs, an RBI, and a double. Oklahoma, of course, won that game as well. And then in her next game, she went 2 for 4 with 1 run, and Oklahoma won that 6-0. She has just been amazing. March 11th, she won SEC Freshman of the Week. March 18th, she won SEC Player of the Week. April 8th, she's now co-freshman of the week. She has been absolutely amazing this season. And with OU losing so many key players, having a freshman who is this incredible already on your roster it means the world, I'm sure, to Gasso.
Well, and also, I think, like I mentioned earlier, I think I'm really proud of Oklahoma for bringing in players that are meshing so well. But also, can we talk? Her batting average is a 420, and she's already hit 11 home runs this season alone. I think you just can't ask for a better freshman on your team. Like, there's normally these girls, they're young, they come in from playing travel ball, and just everything is so different. I think when you start to play collegiate sports, regardless of what sport it is, but I think they come in here and it's it's kind of crazy to watch them like integrate themselves into the program. And I think she's done such an amazing job because most girls get there. And I think it's a little bit of a panic. You're away from home, you're not with your normal coaches. Like you have a whole new team, like a whole new environment. Most of these girls aren't from Oklahoma, like they're from out of state. So they're far away from home. So I just think her being able to show up and show this much grit this early on in her collegiate career, I think she's going to have an amazing career the rest of her 4 years at Oklahoma for sure.
So with players like her stepping up, OU, I mean, they're still a national title contender. Maybe they'll win a fifth one in a row. That'd be crazy, but we will see.
Well, why don't you guys let us know your thoughts about our players of the week down below? We love to hear positive thoughts for these girls because sometimes they read these. It's very important. We would love to hear how you guys are feeling about the season so far. We're about halfway through. How's everybody doing? We're a little over halfway through actually of the season. So comment below how you guys are feeling. Texas, Oklahoma, Florida, Arkansas, where are we at these days? Make sure to follow us on social media and check back in with us next week.